everyone, welcome to another episode of WebTalks. Today we are going to jump into the AI world. With me, I have Luís, our tech lead and developer from Webcomum, and an esteemed guest is Ghassen from Acredius and Inncivio. Ghassen, I'll start by you. How do you see the AI transforming not just the financial sector, but also the broader digital ecosystem is coming in the next years?
Very interesting question. Actually, a lot of people today are speaking about AI. It's getting some mainstream media. Very interesting, actually. I've been doing that for more than 15 years. I'm really, really glad to see these evolutions. So AI is transforming many sectors, especially all the sectors that are today ready from a data infrastructure perspective. Because, you cannot do AI if you don't have a proper data warehouse, if you don't have proper infrastructure for your data. So this is amazing because we can have this era of, the next 5 years where we can have those low-hanging fruits, like where we can start really innovating in different aspects of our daily lives. And take the example of OpenAI with ChatGPT, that it's kind of AI is getting more on the consumer level. I can tell you it was always there. For example, everything related to robotics and manufacturing, that's a certain form of AI. Today, we are linking AI to large language models, which is again one of the verticals of AI. Happy to tell you later a bit more about the history and so on, but let's not go too deep in that. Definitely, I think AI is transforming already how we think. It will have a lot of good benefits on humanity in general. So fintech, edtech, any type of technology-related service or product, for sure in the next 2 years will look completely different.
Thank you so much. Luís, for you, how was this experience of starting to work with AI, and then what was the biggest challenge that you are facing on these days?
So working with AI is a constant innovation and exploration. So biggest challenge were maybe finding the right tools to use, and also the correct prompting usage, because many people don't know how to prompt. Exactly like they use Google, they don't know how to search. So you need to improve your prompting skills. So that was the biggest issues.
I can comment that now the prompting engineering is almost a skill, right? So you can choose someone from the market specifically to be a prompt engineer.
Prompting engineering is now it can now be considered a skill. Yes.
Yeah, that's very interesting because those market dynamics, you see, these are new skills that are created in the market. And I don't want to go into bigger scale, but we were always, for example, having concerns about, what happens with people that don't know, how to use technology today. Look, today, thanks to AI, we are creating new jobs, prompt engineer.
Of course, it will move there a long time. Yeah, completely agree. Ghassen, how can AI help to overcome challenges related to privacy and data security in digital world? So, especially, for example, on the financial side, this is very concerning, right? So how can this help to?
The concern on the data privacy and also the compliance when it comes to data is actually something not new, right? So AI did not add this topic to the table. AI kind of amplified this challenge because in the past, when you had data in your database and you're a fintech or a bank, it was just storage of data. We were just storing data. We were not using it to add value to the user or to the customer. We were just storing it, keeping it safe. With what the likes of OpenAI they're doing today, they're using user behavior, user data, to create a layer of intelligence of it, on top of it, that creates value, that has now value in the market, money, blah, blah, blah. So you see, that's where it gets, the AI did not create this problem, it just amplified it because it increased the exposure for this. Now, how to solve this? It's the same way we were solving it before, right? In Europe, we have GDPR. In the US, they have different measures. So I think I look at this problem more on a global level in terms of education and awareness. I think we need to make people and users more aware of the value of the data they are sharing. You see, so when you use things like Facebook and you think it's for free, or LinkedIn is for free, it's not for free. There is nothing for free. So, but again, if you are aware that, well, they use my data to give me a more personalized experience, well, that's the way I am paying them. Now, if I am not okay with that, then we should start training people and understanding the value of what they are using. And if customers, users, people think, no, I prefer not using Facebook and not sharing my data. Cool, right? So I always think like that. I don't want to solve the symptom. I want to solve the real problem. And thinking about AI privacy and data privacy and compliance, it is solving definitely the symptom, right? So you will not have a flu for the next 3 days, but still your body is still weak, right? So in my opinion, we should definitely solve the bigger challenge. It takes more time, it needs more, structural changes and everything, but that's what we need to solve. Awareness on the global level, on the user level of the value of your data. And if you are aware of that and you're happy to share it because you're getting free services, fair enough. If not, we need to address this problem differently.
Luís, for you, how is AI currently being utilized in web development? So, and what are the most innovative applications that we are doing right now?
In web development, it's being used in many ways. It's being used as a code helper or a code generator. It's being used to improve user experience. It's being used to analyze user behavior on the websites and to personalize the information that appears to the user. It's being used in security to also prevent cyber attacks. It's being used in many ways. As a developer, I already saw multiple cool applications, and the best ones are the code generators because they help us developers improve our work. AI doesn't replace us. Okay, that's a question that everyone are making, but AI doesn't replace developers. AI helps developers. AI helps people. Code generation is one cool thing. Content curation is another one. Gen AI, generative AI, so image, text, everything that AI generates. And one, I'm a gamer, you know I'm a gamer. So one cool thing, the most cool thing in gaming I saw is AI NPCs, non-player characters. So, and they improved a lot, and there are also some demos showing these AI NPCs with emotion, and that's really cool. Yeah.
So most you are playing with another person. Right?
Yeah, it's like you are playing in the real because you are the non-player persons interact with you as they were a real person. They are not, but it seems like
a huge step on top of the gaming evolution, right? Yeah.
And probably not only in the gaming, there are a lot of like the entertainment industry.
Yes, of course.
Completely now.
And even for people are using AI as a companion. And we saw the last gadget that was launched is a companion, guys. So someone that's over there with you, that knows you, that talks to you. My afraid is if this takes a leap into a psychology area, that people are starting to believe that that companion is replacing their best friend and people in real life, right? I believe that's the most common question that everyone is, if you are so stuck with it, you are so into it that you forgot that you are talking with an AI model, right?
Yeah, of course, but I think we need to we need to know the difference. AI and human are different. They will always be. So, yeah, them in this case. We just need to consider AI like a friend, but not like a human friend, like an helper, a tool.
Someone that leverage our time. For me, most of the tools of AI I use is to leverage time.
Yeah.
To take things on their behalf. They are not going to do it by myself, but they are helping me. So if they cut half of the time that I will spend, it's awesome, right? But at the end, as a coder, as a developer, we need always to put our hand on it. So it's always like, for me, it's like is showing you options, and you need always to make the final decision on that. And that's another thing that I believe many people are not even instructed, they are not aware, they are not educated enough to understand that AI models are providing us options, and then we need to take that in our decision, right?
Really, really nothing new, right? I mean, if I look at it, when 15 years ago when I studied for example, to build a model, I was using R. You see? So today, with all the packages that are on Python, what I was doing back then in R, that takes, I don't know, 2 hours, now it takes maybe 10, 15 minutes, right? It's the same thing with AI, right? It's just, we are, as humans, creating more tools that are helping us. You know, the prehistoric man was eating, you know, the meat directly without cooking it, and that's why we had, you know, the wisdom teeth, right? So then with evolution, you don't need the wisdom teeth anymore because you learn to cook your meat, right? So we are finding tools that are helping us with our daily activities, and AI in this situation, I assume as a coder, is helping you, you know, increase your speed in terms of delivering, you know, the code. So perfect, right?
So if we know that people are going to take time to receive this information, to absorb this information, and companies, in your perspective, what are the barriers that companies are facing right now? They are huge, right, for them, and they don't move as fast as a person. What are your considerations about that?
Yeah, definitely. I think big corporations are you know, always, you know, relatively slower to adopt new technologies, which makes sense because they are huge. You have different layers and so on. So nothing bad with that. And we are, I think, today in like kind of the highest adoption level of AI, thanks to Microsoft, to invest billions in OpenAI, things like that, right? Because again, AI has been there for 15, 20, 30 more years, right? So it's nothing really, really new. But the new information is, again, computing power that becomes way higher. So today you can query easily up less than, I don't know, 2 seconds you have an answer. Before, you know, you had you know, computers the size of this machine, machines the size of this room, right? So that's the big difference. Now, I don't see challenges on the side of corporations. The only challenge they have is not a technological one. It's, you know, change management, adaptation, adoption of new technologies that come with different things that the consumer don't think about. For example, you mentioned the compliance, the data privacy. Where is the data stored? How is it queried? And so on. So it makes sense that they are wary about that, because imagine your bank, if they start now playing with ChatGPT in your bank account, you see, you will not be very keen to hear about that, although you like technology, you see what I mean? So it's normal that they take always a step backward before, you know, adopting such technologies, but I don't see it as a concern. I think the curve in terms of, you know, in terms of big corporations adopting technology is speeding up. It is already speeding up. I mean, I see it with Acredius, for example, on the fintech side. Okay, they're not at the level that's very high, but some things are getting way faster. You see, so I am very positive and optimistic about that. I don't see it for big corporations as a challenge. It's more of an enabler. I think they're adopting it. It just takes a bit more time than smaller companies.
All this AI, as a developer, you are using a lot of tools.
Yeah, yeah.
How this is changing the web development moment that we are passing now. So in terms of developing new websites, new applications, what things are you searching or people are requesting to you to analyze to see if it's possible to do inside of normal websites, web applications, and things that we develop every day, but we need to enhance them with AI.
AI can be used to improve user experience and can be used to analyze user behavior. So we can use AI to show content, personalized content to the user. Also, we can also, for example, use AI as a chatbot, as a virtual bot to help the customers on a website. So the chatbots were AI, they were if and else. So, and now it's we can use AI to leverage that and to improve the virtual chatbots and give the user a better experience and feedback. So I think that those are the two main advantages. Also, we can also implement specific functionalities for the user. Search functionalities, for example, if a user goes an e-commerce website like a tours website where the customers want to go on a tour, we can use AI to connect to our database and efficiently and quickly show results based on the user preference. So the user don't need to go page by page to find the right tour for him. He just needs to say, I want to go to Porto because I like Porto, whatever. And
Porto the wine
or Porto the city, and wine, also wine. Wine is also good.
As you are,
Yeah.
you have the chance to taste the wine, right? Good, I agree, and I also believe that also the usage of AI, it's again reducing the time to market for many products. So instead of doing a lot of coding, a lot of development to do something, we can shorten that time and go to market easier with not the best product ever, but with a very good product, especially, for example, for MVP or prototyping, that now AI can boost a lot of things. And the other day I was reading about some functionality that can create simple websites, but on the fly, just based on prompting the user about questions. And I believe this is also a way to speed up business, because if you want to go to a market, if you want to test something, and then before you took 1 month to develop a prototype just to go to a market to see if it works, now you can do that in 1 day, and then you can test it, and if it works, you can push forward to a higher development. Talking always about several levels, I believe, and I believe AI is not at the higher top, but it can help to leverage that.
Yeah, I agree, but about that, developers must be careful using AI to generate code, because for about some time now, developers use Stack Overflow, to copy-paste code. And even then, some developers just copy-paste code and don't test the code. So AI doesn't give always right answers. We must be aware of that, okay? And with coding, we need to use AI as an helper and a decision maker, and not to replace our code, and not to really fully trust on the code the AI is giving. So developers must be careful, and developers also need to have experience reading the code, because when I use AI to help me generate my code, I already know how to do the code. I just will use AI to speed up the process. But then I will speed the code, and then if I see something is not exactly how I wanted, I will see, so improve this code. This code is not what I asked for. So prompting engineering, and then when I get the code that I know that
With your experience.
with my experience, it's a good code, then I will use it. So yeah, it can improve time to market, the performance of the applications, but developers always need to be aware of that. Okay.
Yes, and I know that you're now on a new project that relates educational and AI, right? Can you talk about that and how do you think that will improve with time, that two things that are always connected?
Yeah, definitely. No, I'm passionate about helping entrepreneurs in general. I'm an entrepreneur myself, and that's why back then I started Acredius, for example. I was thinking, okay, with money we can solve a lot of things for entrepreneurs. But one of the insights I got after those, 6-7 years, are that like a lot of entrepreneurs have enough funding to run, but at the same time they're still not succeeding. And the ratio of VCs, they're just waiting for one unicorn out of, 50 or 100 at best, right? So that means there's something to fix here. And I believe, as another example, AI can help with that. Obviously, it cannot, at this level where we are today, it cannot help to replace, as you said, developers or experts and so on, but anything that is between Googling and speaking to an expert, AI can bridge, AI can help. And that's why we started a company called Inncivio with two amazing co-founders, and we are basically trying to solve that. So for an entrepreneur or a founder who has so many questions at the end of the day, we live it on a daily basis, right? You finish your day, or during the day you have so many questions you want answers for. And as I mentioned, I don't want to solve the symptom, because the symptom will be, okay, do something quick fix, done, right? But I think the education part is so important. So instead of, for me now, for example, we're doing an interview, we need to, find the best person to manage the sound or edit this video for us, right? Either you have that person, so you have directly the expert, but if you don't have it, it will be difficult to manage. But at least, let's say if you want to do it yourself, imagine you're a very early stage entrepreneur, at least learn the basics. You see, so you learn something. It will take maybe a bit more time, but you learn the basics, tomorrow you can do it again, you see. So that's what Inncivio is about. We are really helping entrepreneurs learn certain aspects of their daily or of their entrepreneurship journey via a gamified and fun tool. That's also another thing we are trying to solve, because although I read books, actually I listen to books, but you see, still education has a bad reputation of it being boring, being imposed. Why? Education, I believe, can be fun. So Inncivio is bringing fun to education with AI.
Cool. Luís, coming back to you, I know that you have a team with a lot of guys. Which skills do you believe that they need to start learning and to put in their roadmap to learning, so that they can improve the usage of AI in their daily basis?
So first things first. You need to know the basics of AI. What is AI? What are AI models? How they were trained? Okay, you need to know the basic stuff, and then you need to know which tools are available and which ones will really help you. Because there are a lot of tools now, and each week there are new ones, and we need to be aware which ones will help us, and we don't really need to use multiple ones. We just need to use the exactly right ones for helping us. So, for example, they need to know that for the code editors there are multiple tools, But for example, I already talked with my team and said for them to use specific ones. I will not tell which ones, but of course, but there are really cool helpers, companions for code editors, and also for implementing applications with AI. First, they need to know how to work with web development, of course. They need to know to work with API integration, because most of the AI software we have available have have an API available to use. So that is the main thing they need to know about AI integration on web applications, and then it's always about the decision making and how to know how to use the capabilities of AI prompting. Of course, again, prompting engineering.
But this is a good thing, because Ghassen, between this, I believe it's always a gap, right, between what people know, what they want to do, and they want to achieve in the future. This data-driven decision-making moment, where you need to take a decision based on data, AI is improving that. Do you think this will be as fast as we wish for all the companies and everyone to start analyzing data to take decisions, or do you think this will take more time than we expected?
You know, I'm naturally optimistic. I think this is definitely speeding up the data-driven decision-making. Just because of the availability of data, first, because again, 5 years ago, the data was way less available and not even recorded, you know. We had examples between us where, you know, I don't need this data, delete. Right? See, today you don't do it anymore, right? So I'm optimistic about that. Now, to be able to take a data-driven decision, you need to value the data side. So again, let's be careful here with data. There is a lot of data that is useless, right? So the quality of the data is important. I can give so many examples of surveys that, you know, they survey 2 people, one of them said A, the other guy said B, and 50% of people say it's A. You see, so this is, again, coming back to the education. We need to be, because AI today is so accessible. That's the problem. It's so accessible that we forget the basics and we start going there. I know it. No, but you might not know that part. Again, I'm very insisting on the fundamentals. So we today with AI, we can analyze data once it's there. We can go speed up that process. That's definitely, it's a fact today. It's a fact, you see. So you can build dashboard faster. You can automate things faster. It's just really, and you can add that layer of intelligence with AI about the predictive side. Because before, without using AI, it's only descriptive. So you have your users that are doing stuff. Google Analytics is descriptive. Okay? You know how many users went to that page, how many users clicked on that button. Cool. Now, to make the data-driven decision-making is to use that data to predict the future. Not only because most of the guys clicked on that button, why did they click on that button? What are the other elements? At what time? When is best to push that button? When is best to take out that button, right? So now when you go into a multi-dimensional world and plus AI, you can do so many things, because then you can really use those data-driven decisions.
Luís, to wrap up our web talk from today, any tips for people that are starting? For the guys that are starting, the developers that are starting on this area.
So don't be afraid and dive in.
You guys some tips for our users?
I would say always, even though today it feels so accessible, please guys learn the fundamentals.
Yeah.
Right? So otherwise, you know, the AI can give you, it will always give you an answer. Right?
Well,
if you don't know the fundamentals, you can go really sideways. So learn the fundamentals. What is a large language model? What is a model? On what data it is based? Why is it important to look at the data on which the model is based? Where is the data coming from? how is the quality of the data? I can go on and on and on and on. Point is, guys, I'm not asking people that use AI to have a master in data science, not at all, but at least, learn the fundamentals. Like, first question you should ask yourself when you're using a new LLM, a new large language model, is, it's trained in what data? Until when is that data accurate, right? Because if, for example, it's trained on data that is irrelevant to you, right, the answers will be irrelevant to you, you see? So please, everyone, if I can recommend something, learn the fundamentals, understand where everything is coming from. At least, let's not go to 100%, go to 60, 70%. So it will be very, very helpful in terms of your own usage of these tools.
Perfect. Thank you both for being with me over here.
Thank you
and
for inviting us.
See you all on the next episode. Bye.